Look, Donald Trump is back again. Like a horror movie villain who just won't die, except instead of a chainsaw, he has a golf cart and 91 felony charges. And somehow, despite everything the 6th of January, the lies, the impeachments, he is not only running for president, but actually leading in the polls. Which raises the most terrifying question. Is American democracy basically finished? Before you scream, calm down, democracy has survived worse. Let's remember, no, it hasn't. We've had corrupt politicians, sure. We've had incompetent ones, absolutely. But we've never had a man who treats the Constitution the way a toddler treats an iPad, something to smash, drool on, and then trade for a cheeseburger. And yet, millions of Americans still believe Trump is their savior. Why? Well, partly because he tells them he is, and partly because American politics has turned into the world's most depressing reality show, with Trump as the star and the rest of us as unwilling extras. Remember 2020? Trump lost. Fair and square. But instead of conceding, he screamed, "Stop the steal," which was basically the political version of a kid yelling, "Oh!" after losing a video game. Only difference is, this kid had nuclear codes. Then came the 6th of January, the Capitol riot, which Trump definitely didn't cause, except for the tiny detail where he literally told his supporters to march there. That's like saying, OJ Simpson didn't kill anyone, he just politely suggested someone stab his ex-wife 17 times. And what happened after that? Did Republicans finally cut ties? Of course not. They stuck with him like a toxic ex you can't block because he still has the Netflix password. So here we are, 2025. Trump is back, and this time he's openly promising revenge. His words, not mine. He said he'll be a dictator on day one. Which is terrifying because dictators usually don't stop at day one. It's not like he's going to wake up on day two and say, well, that was fun, now back to democracy. He'll keep going until America looks like the world's least fun episode of The Apprentice. And yet, his supporters cheer. They wear the hats, they chant the slogans, they attend rallies like it's Coachella for racists. Because Trump has convinced them that democracy itself is the problem. That voting, checks and balances, and basic laws are just obstacles standing in the way of their glorious orange savior. Let's be honest, Trump doesn't want to be president. He wants to be king. And if you think that's dramatic, remember, he literally tried to overturn an election, pressure officials to find votes, and declare martial law. That's not a president. That's a guy auditioning for the role of third world dictator in a bad Netflix series. And here's the thing, when America sneezes, the world catches pneumonia. If Trump comes back, it won't just break the US, it'll shake global democracy. Europe, Asia, Latin America, all of them look to America as the model. And what kind of model is Trump? He's like if your role model was Charlie Sheen during the Tiger Blood era. Fun to watch, but absolutely disastrous to imitate. But here's the scarier truth. Trump isn't the disease, he's the symptom. The real disease is that millions of Americans don't trust democracy anymore. They believe elections are rigged, institutions are corrupt, and the media is lying. And when people stop believing in democracy, it doesn't matter who wins. Democracy is already dead. That's what makes Trump so dangerous. He's not just running for office, he's running against the very idea of elections, and somehow he's winning. Imagine democracy as a Jenga tower. Over 200 years, America built it carefully. Laws, rights, checks, balances. Now Trump comes along and says, what if we just pull out all the blocks at once? And his supporters cheer like it's the world's dumbest game night. So, yes, America has a choice. Either stand up for democracy, flawed as it is, or hand the keys back to a man who treats the White House like it's a Mar-a-Lago timeshare. Because Trump doesn't love America. He loves power, he loves attention, he loves fast food. And if democracy has to die for him to keep those things, then democracy is going to die faster than a salad at one of his rallies. So, is American democracy finished? Not yet. But if Trump wins again, it might be, and it won't be because Trump killed it. It'll be because millions of Americans handed him the knife and said, go ahead, stab away. And when that happens, no one can say they weren't warned, because we all saw it coming. In fact, we've been watching it for years, like a car crash in slow motion. Except in this case, the car is democracy. And the driver is Donald Trump, and he's too busy eating a cheeseburger to even notice.